Thank you very much, Chairman Schatz, and I want to thank you and Senator Barrasso for this courtesy because I have to go to the floor to handle a matter coming up for the Finance Committee, so I thank you both. And this is a particularly important hearing because it deals with the critical and timely issues with respect to that all-important resource, water. And there are 3 bills before the subcommittee today that are especially important to me and to my state, and I'd just like to touch on them briefly. The first bill is Senator Merkley's S. 1771, the Crooked River Collaborative Water Security Act of 2013. Senator Merkley, for those who've been following this debate, has been the go-to person for bringing together all of the stakeholders on the Crooked River to provide uncontracted water in Bowman Dam for the city of Prineville and for endangered fish populations while giving the irrigators certainty on their contracted water. And I want it understood that I believe Senator Merkley has done invaluable work on this, particularly in terms of bringing everybody together, and it's my intention to work closely with him, with Congressman Wyden, with other colleagues in the Congress and the stakeholders in Central Oregon to see this bill through this year. As far as I'm concerned, the city of Prineville needs this water yesterday, and we are committed to getting that done. The second bill I want to touch on is S. 1946, which I have proposed with you, Chairman Schatz, and Senators Feinstein and Senator Merkley. It would permanently reauthorize the safety of dams programs within reclamation. This is an important matter with respect to water infrastructure, a critical task across the West. And to help illustrate the importance of this program, the chair of Washington County, Andy Dyke, has made the trek, the 3,000-mile trek across the country to explain how the program affects the safety and economic vitality in the Tualatin Basin, given the process underway at Scoggins Dam. Washington County is home to our semiconductor industry and to other major employers in our state, making Scoggins Dam a central part of the region's water supply infrastructure that drives residential, agricultural, and industrial development. And this legislation is absolutely key, Mr. Chairman, to ensure that the necessary safety modifications are made in a timely way, and I'm very appreciative of the opportunity to talk about the bill, to have Andy Dyke here, and for your leadership. Finally, I want to speak on behalf of S. 1419, my bipartisan bill with Senator Murkowski that would reauthorize the Department of Energy's Marine Hydrokinetic Energy Program, including research centers like the one hosted at Oregon State University and the University of Washington. We're glad to have Dr. Belinda Batten, Director of the Northwest National Marine Renewable Energy Center, as a witness. Oregon State University has been a world leader in the development of wave energy technology, and I think that all who have observed their work have acknowledged that leadership. One last point. A year ago, as chair of the full committee, I asked Ernie Moniz, Dr. Ernie Moniz, during his confirmation hearing to make a greater commitment to what I've come to call the forgotten renewables, the forgotten renewable energy sources, particularly water, geothermal, and biomass. In a few weeks, when the President's FY 2015 budget is presented to the Congress, we'll all have a chance to see whether or not these energy sources have finally made it to the Department's priority list. I do have some doubts that the executive branch will have made that commitment. So one purpose of your valuable hearing, Mr. Chairman, is to underscore the committee's commitment to wave and tidal energy. Over the past decade, congressional authorizing and appropriating committees have worked to maintain a federal commitment to both conventional hydropower and wave energy technologies, even when the department was not particularly interested in that being done. So we've discussed this with Assistant Secretary Danielson, most recently a couple of weeks ago when he appeared before the committee. It seems that even when the Congress has appropriated funds for wave energy, the department has not been following through enough to ensure that those funds actually get turned into research and the important work that we would like to see in the wave energy field. Now, it's my understanding that Assistant Secretary Danielson and his team have taken a look to see what additional steps can be taken to address this matter, and I'm looking forward to hearing from Dr. Danielson and his staff. I want to thank them for indicating that they will make this issue a higher priority. At a time when our competitors around the world are putting an enormous effort into this very promising technology, S 1419 puts this committee and the Congress on record as saying we are not going to sit out the competition in this important area. So I thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, for your leadership and also for allowing me to break from the committee's regular order to make this statement. I look forward to working with you and Senator Barrasso on these matters.